Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back in for another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. It is an amazing time to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. It doesn't matter if you are a collector, if you are a casual player, if you're a competitive player, anything in between. If you just like the anime, if you just like the cards, it doesn't really matter. This is an amazing time to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player slash collector slash investor, whatever it may be. This is a really, really awesome time. Today, I'm going to be showcasing a plethora of things here. These are going to be all my personal selections, and I do hope you enjoy. Getting things started tonight is going to be Duelist Pack Yugi. This is well on its way, White Mexican Theory well on its way, if not already, and completely bleeding through on the collector's market. Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Yami Yugi, definitely the most iconic anime character, and just Gen 1 nostalgia, really, really great stuff. And same with Duelist Pack Kaiba. The next showcasing will be with Duelist Pack Kaiba, and we'll go into details with that in just a moment. But getting started with the very infamous Duelist Pack Yugi. I feel like this is an extremely undervalued set and very kind of undermined. Like, I feel like a lot of players don't know about this, or have kind of forgotten about it, or just they're not really talking about it or noticing it. So I definitely wanted to shine some light on this set. I'm really, really excited about this segment of the showcasing because I really believe that some of the cards, not all of them, but some of the cards in Duelist Pack Yugi and Kaiba are both going to go for some exponentially crazy prices in perhaps the near to mid future. So the first thing I wanted to point out that I noticed, if you look here at the first edition artwork of the booster pack, it's completely different from the unlimited. So I thought that was very, very unique. That's not usually the case. I thought that was a unique little feature to the set, that the first edition booster pack's artwork is different from the unlimited. So I thought that was pretty cool. There is 34 cards in the set, which is significantly less compared to Duelist Pack Kaiba, which I'm going to get to later on. And the cards in here was completely did not really par up with Duelist Pack Kaiba. Duelist Pack Kaiba has ultimate rares, and is the highest rarity in the Duelist Pack Yugi was ultra rare, unfortunately. So really, really strange. I don't really know why that was, why Duelist Pack Kaiba. I mean, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, these came into predominance roughly around, they were manufactured around the same time, so I really don't know why they got so skewed like that, but it kind of is what it is. So the first card that I want to showcase here is going to be Sorcerer of Dark Magic, and it comes in this set as a super rare. If I did my research correctly, I believe this is the only and the highest rarity holo foil that we have here on the TCG. Really, really cool card, pretty situational to get out onto the field, but it is a Jinzo on legs, essentially, and it is a 3200 beater. Of course, a dark spellcaster. Really, really cool artwork. I really do like the artwork a lot of this. Again, and it's a super rare. And the card, being from this set, being from Duelist Pack Yugi, and holding the name of Yugi, Yami Yugi, and this being a very, very old set, I'm telling you guys, I really, really think that these are going to really bleed right through into the collector's market. Of course, you're going to want to go for first editions. There is the majority of the unlimited share starting market price is roughly around 4-ish bones before you factor in shipping, 4 or 5 bones pretty much all across the board. There is 5 pages here on the market for this particular print, and the first edition is 5 bones. This first edition print for 5 bones, I think, is a steal. This card does not have many prints in general. Most of them, I'm pretty sure, are common, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure this is the highest rarity. And just the sheer fact that it's coming out of this very infamous high collectability set of Duelist Pack Yugi, I think that's just a gold mine right there. So would not be surprised if this gets scooped up really quick. And then there's another one here for a little over 5 bones for both, lightly played, but they are first edition. 100% definitely recommend you guys exclusively invest in first edition. Do not overpay, but within your means, acquire first edition effectively and tactically. So here we have one for about 6 bones after you factor in shipping. Again, that's a lightly played. And then another one here for roughly around 7. And let's see if I can find you guys a near mint. The first near mints are going to be on the second to last page. It looks like the they're roughly around 11 bones. So 11 bones for near mint. So obviously, again, just another perfect example of the price fluctuation between unlimited first. There's the price fluctuations between unlimited and first edition lightly played to first edition near mint are always, as of late, having just huge major price fluctuations. The next card, so really quick, I wanted to showcase in general, these are the cards right here. Again, this was very, very lackluster compared to Duelist Pack Kaiba. I'm going to get into Duelist Pack Kaiba in a bit, and there's just so many just like juicy, amazing blowout cards here. So this was actually relatively a terrible set, except for the few cards that I'm showcasing here, being the Sorcerer of Dark Magic, Dark Magician Girl. I do not personally invest in TCG versions of Dark Magician Girl. The OCG Japanese artwork, original uncensored artwork, is completely superior in every single way, and I personally have this little stint where I'm investing actually in the Ghost Rare versions. The OCG in Japan has 2 different Ghost prints, which they call parallel rare or holographic rare in Japan in the OCG, and the uncensorship artwork is just completely blowout, and we only have the crap ultras from the Lost Art promotions, which are just very, very not substantial to me personally, player preference. But a lot of people like this, and there is the majority of players do not like OCG cards because we can't play them here on the TCG, and it's kind of definitely a smaller market to invest in OCG. So these are relatively cheap for what they are, but the sheer fact that is Dark Magician Girl, one of his signature cards, him being a huge character in the anime, and this is still relatively cheap for what it is, even though it has the crap version of the artwork. So Unlimiteds near mint are roughly around 4 bones after you factor in shipping. There's 3 pages here on the market. Again, I highly recommend you guys go first edition. It's not that much more. 2 more bones for 7 bones. Lightly played first edition, you can get your first editions, and for a near mint first edition, there is none on the market, so you guys are going to have to figure that out. Anyway, next is going to be, by the way, again, I have to put huge emphasis on, I do not recommend, I don't want to say I don't recommend, I mean, I highly recommend that you guys invest in the OCG prints of Dark Magician Girl, 1, because of the uncensored original artwork, and 2, they have a lot better rarities. They have 2 different ghost prints, they have dual terminal, they have the old school ultra rares from premium pack with the old school fat attack and defense boxes on the bottom, and they also have a super rare version that has the old school attack and defense boxes. So really great stuff on that. But you guys, I totally understand there's definitely value in English versions of DMG as well. Mirror Force is going to be next. Okay, so this just, Mirror Force mirrors just the same as the Metal Raiders original OG prints. These look very, very nice. I've actually owned a couple of these before and seen them in person. They look very, very nice. They don't normally go for ultra rares, but again, because it says Duelist Pack Yugi, it's going to be all over the collector's market, in my personal opinion, and this card is insanely cheap. You can get a first edition here for barely 2 bones, a fraction over 2 bones. You can get a lightly played first edition, and there's 4 pages here on the market. The next first edition is going to be roughly around 3 bones, and then you can get a near mint first edition for a little over 3 bones here. Obviously, there's not a lot of fat stacks. These quantities are usually low. There's only 4 pages, but I'm telling you, this is insanely cheap. Again, one of the most iconic trap cards, if not probably the most iconic trap cards in the entire game, more specifically geared towards Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Really, really great stuff on that. Alright, so that was pretty much all I was going to say about Duelist Pack Yugi. Unfortunately, did not really have a whole bunch of cards that I really took note of. Duelist Pack Kaiba was completely different. So, Duelist Pack Yugi, again, only 34 search results, whereas Duelist Pack Kaiba had a 43, so significantly more in this set. And they did not don secret rares, but they did, surprisingly enough, don ultimate rares. I don't know why Konami chose to just give like complete blowout cards to Duelist Pack Kaiba. I'm not sure. It's a conspiracy theory. Maybe Konami is more of a Kaiba fan over a Yugi fan. I'm not really sure, but they're just complete blowout cards. We have ultimate rare version of Pot of Greed, the most infamous banned draw card of all time. Ultimate rare Chaos Emperor Dragon, ultimate rare Cyber Dragon, really infamous still to this day banned card. Ring of Destruction, Crush card. The original artwork of Blue Eyes is super rare. This is going for pretty good price points as well. And, that was pretty much the only other stuff that I really noticed of. But the sheer fact that, again, that this had ultimate rares, and then it says Duelist Pack Kaiba, again, being a very iconic, very infamous ties to the anime, is pretty incredible. I can't say enough about that. And this, I'm telling you guys, these prices are very affordable right now, and I just do not think that they're going to last. Again, same with Duelist Pack Yugi. The artwork was different from the first edition artwork of the booster packs to the Unlimited, which should be over here. So I thought that was really cool that they, here's the unlimited one. So the unlimited ones, surprisingly enough, are cooler. I like the unlimited artworks. But anyway, okay, so getting into these cards here. So Crush Card Virus. This is the ultimate rare version out of Duelist Pack Kaiba, of course. Starting market price for lightly played unlimited is around 20 bones. Again, I highly recommend that you guys invest in first editions if you guys can afford it. And there's some Spanish and Italian ones that are going for roughly about 45 to 49 bones. Apparently these are near mint first editions. The Italian one looks pretty cool. I mean, I like Spanish cards too, but I totally understand it's a smaller market. A lot of people, we're here, we're in the United States, you want English cards and all that. So player preference. There's another first edition here. Well, the first English first edition here is 50 bones for lightly played. And let's see if we can, near mints go up to 60. I'm actually surprised. I really feel that near mints first editions would be significantly more, but they're roughly around 60 bones. And then, after that, it quickly trickles up to 67. There's 5+ pages available on the market. So this is the unerrated version. Unfortunately, this card got a major errata, which completely just watered this down to crap. I really don't see much of anyone. Personally, myself, I would not run this card anymore. The errata is just so terrible. By the way, the Gold Series 2009, which was the very first Gold Series, is going for a really fat stack. It's a lot of money. I mean, it's anywhere between 35 to 130 bones. This has always kind of been money at the last couple of years, and I thought that was really interesting that the gold rare is a lot more than even the ultimate rare first editions from Duelist Pack Kaiba, but both versions are very, very great. So again, you have to, I don't remember this Duelist Pack or Legendary Collection Kaiba, I think was the print that started the errata, and then also the Layer of Darkness print has like the real current up-to-date text. So you guys can check out either of those two versions out if you are curious about the errata. But the errata pretty much just made this card useless. But its aesthetics is amazing. Obviously, being an ultra rare, being from a very exclusive pack, Legendary Collection Kaiba, or from Duelist Pack Kaiba, really great value on that. And, of course, the infamous history behind this card, and it was banned for the longest time and all that. So Chaos Emperor Dragon is going to be next, another very, very infamous old-school ban card that got lifted off the list a couple years back. And this is the Ultra Rare version, so really great stuff. Unlimiteds are going to be around 43 bones for Unlimited, slightly played. Near mints are going to go up to about 51 bones. There is 3 pages here on the market, and the first edition is 141 bones is the starting market price, so really, really incredible fat price tag on that. And then it continues to trickle up, and the first near mint first edition that we are going to get, there's a French here for almost 300 bones, 281, and the first English first edition near mint is going to be a whopping 500 bones. So that is grown exponentially. That's a very, very heavy price point. And then it also bottoms out at $1,000 at a very, very ambitious price point of 1K. So I do want to, so personally, this isn't my favorite version. It is very cool because it's the highest rarity as in hierarchy, and being from that very infamous legend or Duelist Pack Kaiba. But personally, I would recommend, the original Invasion of Chaos. Invasion of Chaos is my all-time Gen 1, what I consider Gen 1 first 13 core sets of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs, Legend of Blue Eyes through Rise of Destiny. And Invasion of Chaos is like my all-time favorite. We got BLS, we got, of course, Chaos Emperor Dragon, and Cookie Cutter Chaos was one of the most infamous, amazing formats that just I have really fond memories of, being a kid playing with cardboard. And it was just really great stuff. So OG prints as a secrets, the Unlimited lightly played are starting at around 37 bones. Near mints are around 42 bones. There's about 5 pages here on the market, and the first editions are going to be ungodly expensive. It's been a very, very long time since I've owned first edition copies. They are really, really awesome, though. A starting market price for a lightly played first edition, the first edition print here on the market for English, is going to be 231 bones. And then it goes to 240. Again, these are for lightly played first editions. And then the first near mint first edition, there's that gap between first edition lightly played to first edition near mint, is going for 301 bones. Well, that's actually lightly played. A near mint here for 310 bones. So again, all first edition versions of said Chaos Emperor Dragon are just going for exponentially amazing price points. Next is going to be Pot of Greed. Of course, this is the ultimate rare, highest rarity, again, dawning from Duelist Pack Kaiba. And this card this looks great. I personally have, I think, 2 or 3 of these first edition Ultimate Rare, and they're just so gorgeous. There's a lot of amazing copies of Pot of Greed, but this is obviously the most sought after, being the highest rarity, and its aesthetic is just completely gorgeous. And the sheer fact that it came out of this very, very infamous set is awesome. Unlimited's near mint starting market price is going to be 52 bones. That's the cheapest one here on TCGP. There's no first editions on the first page. There's only 3 pages here on the market, and the first edition is a near mint starting at 166 bones. So again, no surprise to that, the most infamous draw card of all time. And there's a lot of other really cool prints too. There's some super rare versions, there's some secret rare versions from the infamous Legendary Collection. I think it was either 3 or 4. Nothing but praise for those sets. It was Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World. One of my all-time favorite. And well, this specifically, Legendary Collection 3 and Legendary Collection 4, as well as Legendary Collection Kaiba, all-time favorite, complete just blowout reprint, high rarities, amazing old nostalgia cards. Really, really great stuff. So Dark Beginnings, Dawn is super rare, of course. Legendary Collection 3 and 4, they kind of ran parallel. They produced a lot of the same cards and the same rarities, so it was really cool stuff with that. And these are just really great things to check out too. Obviously, the Ultimate Rare is, the best. It has a really fat price tag. These are significantly cheaper, but they're also very, very nice. Keep in mind that Dark Beginnings was a reprint set, so they do not have first edition prints, so I would not personally go after that myself. Player preference, I would definitely go for the first edition secret rare versions, which got doubled up in both Legendary Collections 3 and 4. Of course, there also is the original OG Magic stamped Legend of Blue Eyes Set 1, Gen 1 first editions. Even Unlimiteds are going for some pretty good price points, but the sheer fact that this is the very first print of the very first set, of the very first generation of Yu-Gi-Oh!, and it has a very exclusive, very amazing Magic card stamp right here, and a whole plethora of history behind that is really great, an alternative as well. All right, so the next card is going to be Cyberjar as an Ultimate Rare. This still to the day has not seen the light of day from the ban list. This got banned way back in Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Years and years ago, and it has not been lifted off the list because it's just insanely good, and this card has really cool artwork, and this the highest rarity is an Ultimate Rare. So again, Dawning from Duelist Pack Kaiba, just another one of the infamous Ultimate Rares that was produced in this set. Near Mint Unlimited is going to start at 25 bones. There is no first editions on the first page. There's 4 pages here available on the market, and the first edition is going to be on the second page is lightly played for 80 bones. This card has gone up a lot. I have a couple copies of these first edition. I'm happy I kept them because it's 80 bones now. And let's go ahead and see what the near mints are going for. Near mint first editions are starting market price of about 95, about 95 bones for near mint first editions. There is a couple other versions. There is a Hobby League Parallel Ultra, which looks very, very nice as well. If you guys don't want to drop the fat cash for the Ultimates, they are very aesthetically pleasing and they're really nice, but they have a really fat price tag, so I totally understand if you guys want to kind of go for a healthier alternative. And that would be the Hobby League 2 Parallel Ultras. These are also pretty pricey too. Keep in mind that Hobby League was not, if I have my history correct, it was not produced by Konami. It was actually produced by Upper Deck, which used a different cardstock formula, which made the cards thicker, which they tend to bow, and technically you have to be really careful. You can't really play them on like higher echelons of gameplay besides like maybe locals. You probably get away with it, but other than that, more professional tournaments and gameplay, you're not really going to be able to play these cards because they kind of just stick out because they're different materials and all that. Anyway, this looks really great too. And then of course we have the original OG rares from Magic Ruler. Over here, Magic Ruler, not Spell Ruler. Spell Ruler was the reprint, but I always prefer Magic Ruler because the original name, and it was the first set of Magic Ruler. Originally, before they changed the names from Magic Ruler to Spell, and first editions for these is definitely would be a good choice. Still, again, very, very old set. We're talking about Gen 1 Set 3. Magic Ruler, I believe, was Set 3. So these 3 would definitely be the ones I would recommend. Next is going to be Ring of Destruction. This is the Ultimate Rare. Again, Duelist Pack Kaiba. The first one here is going to be 50 bones for lightly played Unlimited. Near mints are going to be about same price, 15 bones. Well, actually 20 bones because they're shipping here. So lightly played Unlimited is 15. Near mints are going to be 20 bones. And there's 5 pages here on the market. The first edition is going to be 31 bones for lightly played, and then it kind of just trickles up after that. And then let's see if we can find a near mint first edition for all your near mint lovers. Okay, the first near mint first edition is going to be 65 bones. 5 pages here on the market. It's really great stuff. This looks pretty cool, and again, just being an infamous set and being a high rarity of an ultimate rare, that's really nice. I do personally prefer the original secret rare first editions from a very nostalgic Generation 1 set, Pharaonic Guardian, one of, I love the first 13 core sets. Special love on Pharaonic Guardian because it dawned Gravekeepers. I'm a really big Gravekeeper fan, and that was the introductory set or the featuring set of Gravekeepers. The Retro Pack 2 Secret Rare, this is obviously, it's Retro Pack. This is a collector's rares like God Chaser, so this is going to be good money. But I would not disregard the original Secret Rares. So nostalgic, really, really great. This got errated too, so I'm pretty sure this is the old text. Oh no, this is the new text, so this is actually the new errata. Anyway, this got errated, watered it down a little bit. It's still pretty good, still pretty much does the same thing. There's just a little bit more capping restrictions on it. Let's see here. Lightly played unlimiteds are going to start the market price at 15 bones, and near mints are going to be around 22 bones. And there is 4 pages here available on TCGP. The first edition is going to be around 26 bones, and that's for lightly played. And then trickles up after that. Let's see if we can find you guys a near mint first edition. First near mint first edition is going to be about 50 bones, and that goes quickly to 60 after that. So really credible stuff on Ring of Destruction. Nice old school card. Kaiser Seahorse is going to be next. This is not the rare from Duelist Pack Kaiba. This is actually the very first original OG print as an ultra rare from Starter Deck Kaiba Evolution. I have a whole stent about the Blue Eyes and the Dark Magician for these first editions exclusively. They both came super rare. I think they're highly undervalued, and they're starting to kind of get a little bit more of noticed, and they're starting to increase in price. But I would definitely check out this Starter Deck Kaiba Evolution and Yu-Gi Evolution, the super rare first editions exclusively, lightly played or better first editions. It kind of have a whole campaign running on that, so feel very, very passionately about that investment particularly. So anyway, this is the original OG versions, the highest rarity that we have, original prints, and this is a really cool card. Even though it was made for Blue Eyes, even though it's not a dragon, I really like Sea Serpent a lot. Sea Serpent is probably one of my kind of offset favorite monster types, and you can use this for any light. Again, light and dark being huge. There's just infinite pools of support for light and dark archetype for decks. Attributes for decks. So, you can bust out a Cristio with this. There's a lot of amazing tribute light monsters that you can use to bust this out. And this is just insanely cheap, and it's insanely old. Again, only invest in first editions exclusively. And, here's a lightly played first edition for not even a bone after even factor in shipping. There is, let's see if we can find some near mint first editions for you guys. But this is just insanely cheap, and I really think that people are just not looking at this because they're just like, oh, it's inferior, it's outdated, it's no longer needed or whatever. But go for collectability. This card's insanely old, and for what it is, this card still relatively holds up, even though it's insanely old in my personal opinion. There's not really a lot of near mints. That's kind of where it kind of bottlenecks. You're not really going to find a lot of near mint first editions, or at least I'm not really seeing much. But there is a lot on the market here, so you can kind of trickle through and see if you guys can find some steal deals. The first near mint I'm finding here is going to be roughly around the bone. It's only a 1 stack, but there it is. I mean, these are just insanely cheap. 10 plus pages available. This is insanely cheap, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Next is going to be Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So there's a lot of different cool prints here. Of course, you got the very infamous Retro Pack Secret Rare, which looks really nice. You have the Gold Series 2008 Gen 1 Gold Series, which is going for some pretty good money. You have Dark Legends Super Rare, and then, of course, you have the Secret Rare from Legendary Collection Kaiba, a very, very great Legendary Collection set. I would definitely go check that out later on if you guys have time. A lot of great stuff, high rarity. What I want to talk about more specifically, they also have the Shonen Jump Ultra Rares, which are right here, which are not as nice, I think, as there was. It kind of fools you, TCG players. Sometimes you have to kind of type in certain things to get to the things that came from similar sets here. So there was another Shonen Jump here, JMP EN005, that donned a secret rare in the same original artwork. Really, really great stuff. This card blows. It's a terrible card. I don't think there's going to be little to ever a time that people are actually going to play this card unless it needs to be like support cards come out where you specifically need to have this card on the field to activate. By then, they're probably just going to do alternate names that you can just use to kind of proxy this. But anyway, this is a really, really amazing rarity. It's Shonen Jump. The majority of the promos were ultra rare, not secret rare, so that's kind of, unique merit alone, that this being a high rarity of secret rare. And this is just a really, a really big Kaiba card, really big anime card, really big Gen 1 collector card, and the artwork is really cool, and it's from Shonen Jump Magazine's promo, and it's a high rarity secret rare. So a lot of great factors going into this. I don't really know why my filters are all jacked up here. I'm supposed to be looking at the near mint first editions, and this is still relatively cheap. You can get one for about 10 bones starting market price, and then it kind of trickles up to 15 after that. There's only 3 pages, but I definitely think that this is a very, very special print. Personally, my favorite print of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Next is going to be Gateway of 6, and Legendary 6 Samurais just in general. So when I came back in the game in 2011, 6 Samurais were just completely just blowout, dominating the meta, doing a lot of crazy stuff with this card and Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. And this is the original print. Spirit Warriors donned a mirror super rare, which, it's same rarity, but it's a lot newer, and it was just a lot more mass produced. And with Stardust Overdrive being a very infamous old set, this is definitely holding some great value. I'm pretty sure that this is at 1. I'm pretty sure they lifted this to 1, if I'm not mistaken, several lists ago. But 6 Samurai is just a really old school deck that had such a strong hold on the meta, and it was such a good deck for not a very long time. But when it ran its predominance, it was just unbeatable essentially, and it swarmed, and it was really fast, and it did a lot of synchro summoning, and it was just a really, really cool time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And let's see here. So Unlimited is really not going to be anything. Again, I would definitely recommend that you exclusively invest in, first editions always, but even more so with this card. There's 5 pages here on the market, and the first edition is going to be a starting market price of 7 bones. It's a 3-stack, and this is for lightly played. If you guys want some near mints, it's going to cost you a little bit more. Looks like the last page is going to, okay, so there's no near mint first editions here on TCGP, so lightly played first edition is kind of what we're stuck with right now. Next is going to be, of course, the infamous Legendary 6 Samurai Shien as the highest rarity of Ultimate, dawning from Storm of Ragnarok. This was a really, 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 really cool set. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the set that donned Max C. I always get Storm of Ragnarok. I always get Strike and Neo, Storm of Ragnarok, and Extreme Victory confused, because Tour Guide came from Extreme Victory, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Max C came from Storm of Ragnarok, which is insane to think about because it's such an old set, and Max C's been banned for several years now. It's still such an infamous card, and everyone's talking about it, and I'm just totally on the train as well with all of you guys. Max C is coming off the list. Everything comes off the list. It's just a matter if it gets errated or not, and OCG already has it at 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken, so just kind of some white Mexican theory for you guys. But anyway, this is one of my all-time favorite synchros. This was like in my time in Yu-Gi-Oh! When I came back to the game in 2011, this is one of those big negator boards. This was like unheard of, this standalone negator on the field, and just being a synchro and just extremely amazing artwork, and of course being a high rarity of ultimate rare, and it's very old now. So they're it's starting out at about 18 bones for near mint, and that's for near mint unlimited. And again, I have a couple versions unlimited. Unfortunately, I've still been trying to kind of hunt around for my personal first edition copies. There is 4 pages here on the market. The first edition is going to be a whopping 47 bones for lightly played, and then if you want some near mints, we're going to have to go to the last page, and there actually is no near mints for first edition. This is a really, really great synchro. There also is secret rare versions, Spirit Warriors Dawn secret rare first edition, so which I'm pretty sure it should still be relatively cheap. I do want to to, well, actually, I can just do this because I was going to showcase this decor in general. This was kind of, Six Samurai is what I chose to kind of be the decor showcasing topic for this video tonight. Grandmaster is really cool. This is the original Secret Rare out of Striking Neos. There's also a Dual Tonal Rare, which is very, very affordable. The last time I checked, that's definitely a healthier alternative. This Secret Rare has always been really very expensive, very, really nice, high rarity Secret Rare, very aesthetically pleasing. You have the newer stuff from Spirit Warriors. And here's the Secret Rare right here. So the Secret Rare actually has gone up quite a bit. When Spirit Warriors first dropped, of course, it was big in abundance and, you know, was readily available. These were like $1, maybe like $2 for first edition near mints. I'm really, really happy to see it have some price increase here. We can see there's one lightly played here, and it's pretty much a little bit over 5 bones. And then it quickly just goes to 8 bones pretty much all across the board, and then it goes a shadow under 10 after that. Surprisingly enough, there's only 2 pages available for lightly played near mint, so I don't know what's going on with this. There's definitely been a lack of influx of recycling this card on the market, but this is very surprising. I invested very heavily in this card specifically on many stuff in Spirit Warriors. I believe this was the set where we got Magi Bullets or Magical Musketeers, which is another amazing underrated deck right now. I think that's a really, really fun kind of side deck. And yeah, these are pretty good money for compared to what they were originally when the set came out. All right, so these are the Generation 1 2002 tins, and these are all the Secret Rare promos. They're all pretty much vanillas besides Lord of D and Beast Skull Dragon as the fusion. Really, really great. These are what the tins originally looked like. You know, sealed, they're like ungodly expensive, you know, right up there with the rest of Gen 1 sealed product. Really, really great stuff. And all of these cards, you know, for a while now have been going for some really, really great price points. Is this not going to load? I've already loaded these pages. So anyway, while those pages are loading, obviously Dark Magician is the highest. This looks the best aesthetically with the deep, very predominant Secret Rare foiling. This looks really, really great. I actually just sold one of these. I had one copy of the Secret Red Eyes. I actually just sold it to one of my buddies here. And these are just going from some insane value. Of course, Blue Eyes and Summon Skull. Out of all these, Dark Magician is my favorite just because it's the OG artwork. They went with that very original starter deck Yugi era artwork, which is really great, and it's this very amazing rarity of Secret Rare, and you know, it's ungodly expensive. But after that, my second favorite would actually be Summon Skull. Summon Skull, I've always really appreciated the artwork of this ever since, you know, Metal Raiders Ultra Rare. And this just looks really, really great. And let's see if these are loading. Okay, so we're going to do some flash prices on this. So the Dark Magician promo here, there is a lightly played here for 70 bones, a starting market price. And then it goes all the way up to 131 for near mint. 2 pages available on that. Next is going to be the Red Eyes Bee Dragon. And this lightly played is a starting market price of 71 here, so it's trickled down just a little bit, but that's for lightly played. And then near mint, it goes all the way up to about 120 bones. Only 2 pages here of availability for that one. Next is going to be the very infamous, very aesthetically pleasing Secret Rare Summon Skull, which has been, I think out of all of them, this has had probably the slowest increase in fluctuation in price, which I'm really surprised because, like, even years and years ago, like probably up to like about 3-4 years ago, I was really targeting and picking up as many of these as I could. Unfortunately, I didn't really get that many. I think I maybe got like maybe 2 play sets, if that. I think I have like barely 6 copies of this, and it's just, I love the artwork and just the Secret Rare foiling on this just blends so well. And this is going for about 25 bones for lightly played, and then the near mints go all the way up to 41. And there's 2 pages available for that. So really awesome stuff on Summon Skull. I really hate this artwork. I'm really disappointed that they went with this really like this. I just really don't like this artwork of Blue Eyes. This would have been so much better if they would have used the original starter deck Kaiba artwork, but you know, it is what it is. And this is actually, you know, going for lightly played here is about 25 bones, and then it goes to 35 bones. And let's see if we can find you guys a near mint. Near mints are about 92 bones, so whoop-de-doo on that one. Beast Skull Dragon, you know, the original Ultra came out of Metal Raiders, I'm pretty sure, and okay, sorry, I thought I said something else for a minute here. Okay, so it's roughly around 30 bones, so pretty much 30 bones, and the near mints go all the way up to 83, so really, really fat price differentiation between lightly played near mint, of course, there. Laura D is going to be next. I really do like this one a lot. So this is the most affordable tin promo, and the artwork is really, really cool. You know, I would probably say my personal preference would be, out of artwork, would be Dark Magician, Summon Skull, and then probably Dark Magician, Summon Skull, Red Eyes, and then probably Laura D. But this is the most affordable one. By popularity, I guess the least desirable. It's about 9 bones for lightly played, and there's only 3 pages here on the market. First near mint is about 14 bones, so not too bad of a price differentiation on that. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of my life for 2 decades. I'm extremely compassionate about this game. I love the trading, the deck building, the brotherhood, the friendship. There's a lot of amazing things that this game can do for you. I think it's extremely healthy to have some really great hobbies in your life. I hope you guys are making some, before I forget, link below is going to be to my Facebook. I would love for any and all of you guys to add me, message me. I would love to talk to you about anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for sharing these moments and watching this content with me. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.